Al, we gotta go see the drunk potion man
You gotta get drunk.
in his river of alcohol pots
Great.
or whatever. So yeah, that's what we're doing this week here on Jared Now Watch Inuyasha. It's episode 183. I'm Jared Joins. Jared Joins always by Doc Al and Ladium.
Hello.
We are discussing episode 179 or episode 12 of the final act entitled Sango's Feelings, Miroku's Resolve.
We get both of those things.
Yes, they the two of them got to go through some stuff
Yeah.
with our drunk man. So yeah, Sango and Miroku are for some reason by themselves fighting a bone demon and
It just
its
comes out of
daughter.
nowhere.
Yeah, it's just like we're just doing this episode in medias res, and then they're fighting, and then Inuyasha and Kagome and Shippo and Kirara are just like coming behind. Inuyasha is of course human because it is the night of the new moon, so he can't really do anything. But I don't know why those two were like, or not those two, but like those four were like late to the party.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Song and Miroku are all fighting this thing, having a bad time as they get enveloped by the boner gang.
Sorry, the boner king takes me out every time.
Uh, Dad Bone Demon chomps on the boomerang a little bit and is like, I like this bone. Nom,
Nom
nom,
nom nom
nom,
nom nom
nom.
nom nom nom.
Miroku uses the wind tunnel and hurts himself, of course. And then they get trapped in a bunch of skeletons. It's just like a skeleton ball at
Yeah.
some point. And they're just like trapped in there. And then the dad Bone Demons is like, I'm going to eat this ball of bones.
Yum.
Nom, 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 nom.
Nom 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 nom.
Miroku tries to wind tunnel out of it, but it doesn't do much. He's still damaged, of course. They fall out of the bone ball. And then,
Bone ball.
I mean, that's kind of what it is.
No, you're not wrong. It's just very funny to me.
Sango takes out a little thingy from her elbow pad and is like, this is a demon salve or whatever.
It's like a demon poison thing.
Yeah, and just like, rubs it all over the Hirikotsu and just flings it into the bone demon's mouth, and he's like, "Oh, melting!
This sucks.
This sucks." The daughter's very upset by this, and then just as soon as bad things are about to happen, here comes Inuyasha breaking through with an adamant barrage that also busts open the roof of the little like hut they're in, and the sun's out. And it immediately just shines on the daughter, who just melts into a skeleton as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yay! But the two of them are also like, oh. The Hirikotsu is messed up. Miroku's messed up. And then Miyoka shows up and is like, yes, Lord Inuyasha, I know someone who could help these two. We need to go take them to the Master of Potions. See how he could fix the Hirikotsu. And they're like, all right, I guess we'll do that. And then they go to like a weird waterfall, and there's just in the base of the waterfall, like the river flowing away from it, is just a bunch of jars of alcohol. And immediately Inuyasha's like, why does it smell like alcohol? This is like waterfall made of alcohol. And Miyoka's like, yes, it is. Miyoka's like, all right, go grab one of the jars and dump it out. And Inuyasha's like, all right. Which is weird because, like, I guess, like, no matter which one it is, the dude's just going to be in it.
Right.
But yeah, he just grabs one, pours it out, and then here's the Master of Potions, who's just an old man who's very drunk,
Very drunk.
very asleep. Honk shoo. So yeah, he kicks him awake and is like, he's like, hey, fix this boomerang for us. And he's like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to.
I don't wanna.
You're not using it right. And then Sango's like, yeah, I've been rough with it. And he's like, I will fix it. And he's like, wait a minute, why are you fixing it now? He's like, I like the lady. I thought I wasn't going to fix it if it was you weirdo. And then he like starts touching Sango really weirdly. And then Miroku's like, hey,
So initially he was like, ah, my man, you get
Yeah.
it. And then he starts perving on Sango. And he's like, oh, okay, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
He's like, whoa, whoa,
No.
whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm just, seeing how her body is and everything in terms of like how it works with the weapon. Of course, that's what I'm doing. Wink,
Wink,
wink.
wink.
And then he's basically like, all right, here's some pull out some jars here, throw the Hirikotsu into one of these jars and start sizzling. And he's like, yeah, this is eventually it'll turn into a remedy and it'll fix it. But you'll have to kill some demons. So here's this other jar. You're gonna have to dive into that and slay some demons, and then the other jar will turn into a remedy. All right, cool.
Have
So
fun.
she does that, and she's like, I can breathe in here. Yippee!
Yay!
And then the demons show up, and she's like, I got a sword at least. And then the sword just bonks off the demon. She's like, well, that sucks. uh, the others are just looking in the jar, waiting for her to come back, and they're like, we can't see anything. And the old man's like, yeah, why don't we get drunk? Let's have a drink.
He just like at one point throws Inuyasha into a jar.
And he just gets immediately drunk.
He's like,
He's like,
oh God, it's rough.
whoa. Miyoka is also drunk.
Of course he is, because he's like swimming in a little plate
Yeah.
or a cup, I guess.
And they're also like, oh, we can see Sango. And then they're like, what? And the old dude's like, yeah, if you drink the alcohol, you could see Sango and everything. And they go up to Inuyasha and they're like, hey, how's she doing? He's like, she's alive. I don't think she's doing so well. The demons all stop and just stare at Sango, and she's like, they look angry, but they're not trying to kill me. Weird. Miroku watches as Hirikotsu dissolves still. He's like, is this gonna be okay? And Inuyasha and Kagome are arguing with each other because he's drunk.
He also like sees multiple of her. He's like, hey, you want to introduce me to your friends? Like, brother, you should probably not do that right now.
Miroku takes the old man away and is like, hey, you want to help me with my body being all nasty and stuff? And he's like, I could do that, I guess. Maybe. Sango listens to the demons and realizes that it is the demons of Hirikotsu who are mad at her for using the poison on it. Like, hey, what the heck?
Hey, this sucks.
Why would you destroy us like that? That was mean.
Why would you do that? I thought we were friends.
Miroku and the old man are continuing to talk, and he gives Miroku the black liquid, which Inuyasha immediately sobers up and is like walks over there and is like,
That's poison.
this is poison. Hang on a second. What are you doing?
Don't do
Why are you
that.
trying to poison my friend? And Miroku's like, no, I must take this because I need to use the wind tunnel. I can't let Sango be the one to save me all the time. Which is like the whole crux of this episode, is that both of them are like, I don't want the other person to have to come in and save me all the time. I need to hold up my end of the bargain, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're doing these, going through these trials on their own, essentially. Also, Inuyasha's like, dude, you can't keep using the wind tunnel. You're gonna die. And Miroku's like, no, I must use it. I don't want Sango to save me.
Yeah, we just get like some casual misogyny right here. I was like, wait a minute. He's like, what? You don't want a girl to save you? And he's like, that's exactly it. I'm like, mm, mm, mm.
It's very weirdly worded. Like,
I don't think he means it like that.
No. Yeah, I think the intention is like he wants to be able to like
he wants to
fight
be the one
with
to
her,
yeah,
but also be able to protect her if needed. But also like he wants to be on even footing with her and everything. It's just it comes out very badly.
It sounds kind of misogynistic the way that it comes out.
Yeah. Which I wonder is just like a thing from like the dub or whatnot. But Either way, he eventually drinks the liquid and is like, ah, this sucks. Oh, and then Inuyasha just walks away and comes like, hey, what's up with him? He's like, oh, he's the lightweight.
Yep.
He's like, okay. In the jar, Sango is just all tied up from the demons, and Hirokochu's like, you mean to tell us that you would rather be with a man than us, than the demons?
Man.
And she's like, yeah, I'm not going to throw my life away for the monk. We're going to get through this, and we're going to spend our lives together. And that's how we're going to do this. And we're going to fight together and be strong. And then the demons are like, yeah, all right. I mean, I guess, we don't understand these human emotions, whatever they are. But, we got to give it to the monk. Big ups to the monk and you. So I guess, we'll just, we'll let you go and you can get out of here and we'll get reformed again. Very bizarre. And then
It is very weird.
She just pops out, and then they're like, and then the boomerang's all fine, and she's like, yippee,
yay!
And then also Miroku's fine afterwards. He's like, yeah, I feel great. And then I think the old man goes up to Inuyasha's like, yeah, he's just not gonna feel the pain from using the wind tunnel anymore. He still needs to get fixed up. And Inuyasha's like, yeah, I know. And Sango's also like, yay, my boomerang is as it was. And he's like, not necessarily. It's been in my herbs and poisons and all that stuff, so it's a little bit different. You'll figure it out once you fight again. And
She's
Sango's
gonna
like,
get a power
ooh.
up.
And then, like I said, they're just gonna nerf it immediately after.
Immediately.
And that's how we end the episode. We got a lot of notes here.
Oh, wow.
The plot of this episode is reminiscent of the classic O. Henry short story, The Gift of the Magi,
You don't say.
in which a husband and wife each sacrifice their own prized possessions to buy something for the other, making each gift useless. In the episode, Sango is willing to die rather than promise Hirokochu she will abandon Miroku, and Miroku is willing to drink poison to allow him to continue using his wind tunnel in order to protect Sango at the cost of hastening his own death. Each is willing to sacrifice themselves for the other, even though each is determined not to live without the other, making their potential sacrifices essentially useless. In the manga, Sango originally went to Totosai about getting Hirokochu fixed before getting sent to the Master of Potions. Totosai could not fix Hirokochu as it was a weak shell of its former self from the poison. That's right. I was here. You just didn't see me. Where's my screen time? Much like Naraku's Heart, which was episode 168, the premiere of the final act. This episode leaves out some of the plots that were originally in the manga. The group discovering the bone demons collecting of bones is left out, which obviously makes sense because we dive in right in the middle of this episode, right in the middle of the fight.
It was really weird.
The daughter bone demon originally used her father's dissolving corpse to try and kill Miroku and Sango. Given as most things from the manga are changed to be less graphic, it was most likely done to show the daughter respected her father enough not to manipulate his dissolving remains. Or they're just like, yeah, we don't have time for this.
Yeah.
Another change, in the manga, Shippo also drank the sake to watch over Sango's fight with Hirokochu. However, this was omitted from the episode to avoid the implication of underage drinking.
No, we can't have that.
Even though Inuyasha also got drunk.
Yeah, and he's also technically underage.
Yes. Inuyasha is shown to become drunk almost immediately after being dunked into the Master of Potions brew. However, when he was enveloped in the sake sages mist in the last banquet of Miroku's master, aka episode 135, it didn't affect him. This could mean the Master's brew is stronger.
Okay.
Inuyasha is shown to sober up fast, however, he's still a tad out of it when he tries reasoning with Miroku. Hang on, we gotta pour one out for a good friend.
Oh,
This is the last time Inuyasha transforms into a human in the series.
Ripperoni.
The early part of this episode would later be referenced in episode 5 of Yasahime. Additionally, scenes from the corresponding chapters that were not adapted into this episode would be later adapted in episode 5 as well. So I guess if you want further information on what happened with the bone demons, you gotta watch episode 5 of Yasahime.
I don't.
I mean, you have technically already watched that, so.
I know, and I don't remember that episode at all. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. That's fine.
There you go.
Who needs to?
But that's going to do it for us this week. Next time, we'll be discussing episode 180 or episode 13 of the final act entitled A Complete Mado. Sesshomaru's got to fight a dude who also can do the same technique, and the brothers will team up.
Oh, snap.
So that could be interesting. And then also after next week, we will be halfway through the final act.
Whoa, we're halfway there.
We're living on a prayer to get out of Inuyasha.
I'm so ready. And I'm the one that likes this show.
Uh-huh. So yeah, we'll talk about all that stuff next time. But for now, if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimeCheckup.com or sec.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts, like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. Follow us on Blue Sky, SeasonalAnimeCheckup.com. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love Life Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. So join us next time as we get some weird dude and some brothers hanging out.
Woo.